Amen. Welcome back. We're so glad that you are joining us for this discussion. And I'm here with Megan and Marilyn.
The M&M.
Yeah, I like it.
M&M.
Yeah.
That's my favorite coffee creamer, by the way. It's
M&M
new.
favorite coffee creamer?
Yeah, M&M.
And it tastes like M&Ms?
It tastes like chocolatey goodness.
Chocolatey goodness.
Interesting. Who makes it?
Your mom.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Wow, derailed. Okay. Well, that was a great
Quickly.
message.
Wasn't the
From-
preacher so
from-
cute today?
Yeah, who is he?
He's just super
Yeah,
cute.
who's that guy?
He's
I
my
don't
favorite.
Great message. So important to remember the fall in kind of like the what am I trying to say? The fall as it relates to the gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brave to go into Adam and Eve stuff, you know. 'Cause you get so tempted to like, oh, well, it's women versus men. And I think Chad did a really good job of like, no, like, he was right there.
Yeah, right there.
You both,
Yeah.
they both
Nothing.
sucked. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
we
messed
all
up
equally
terribly.
suck.
Yeah.
Both broke it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, he talked about pride being like the single most evil thing that exists within us. So
That's interesting.
so what is pride like at its core? Because I think we hear that and we use that term a lot, like, oh man, I'm proud of my kids, or I'm proud of my sports
dang.
team
Proud of
or
America,
whatever.
proud to be an
Proud to be an American.
Like at its core, why is pride bad? Like what is it? How do you guys define it?
Megan?
Marilyn? Justin, lead us away. Oh, gosh. I mean, anytime we assert ourselves above, I guess in this context, it was, put ourselves above the way or will of God, we think of self first, I guess, is kind of, and our way and what is best for us and what we think, instead of thinking of ourselves less.
Yeah.
Not less of ourselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm better.
Yeah.
I can figure this out on my own.
Or just having it
don't-
always all be about us.
Yeah. I, me, me.
Which
Yeah.
is so stinking easy to do because we're the ones stuck in our head all the time, we're the ones we hear all the time. So we're the ones who our world we're focusing on, and it's the right here and the right now, and everything else is not as important to us easily.
Yeah, I like that pride comes before the fall because, man, isn't that so true? Especially, like, as a growing Christian, there's times when I'm like, man, I'm on track. I'm doing so good.
I'm
like,
rocking this right
yeah,
now.
like, you need help.
You need to
yeah,
be as
you need help.
spiritual as I
Okay.
am.
And then literally, like, that night I'm like, oh, no. Like,
Yeah.
God's like, what? What was that?
Pulls the rug out
And
from
I'm
underneath you.
okay. Yep, and I'm just flat on my back
Yeah.
on the floor. So that one's so true
Yeah.
for me.
I think it's important to, like, the line he said at the end, and I don't remember exactly how he said it, but in order to completely and fully appreciate the gospel, we have to appreciate how bad off we were before
Right.
Jesus, and that's part of that, that daily, like, oh my goodness, you're right. I was so, as Jesus says, it's not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. Like how sick we really are, and how sick we would. We can be like sick for Jesus. Can we get like a shirt that says "sickos for Jesus"?
It's better than the
I don't know
shirt
if I'd
idea I
wear
had.
that one, but
Come on.
my pride won't let me. That's good. I mean, I think it kind of paints like that black backdrop, if you will, of like we're like so utterly hopeless, and then that makes the gospel shine that much greater. So yeah, it's good.
What about that thing he said about, trusting God with the unseen? Like that was what they didn't do. They didn't trust God at his word and what he had said and with the unseen, but they went with what was right in front of their face. And that was like really a gut punch to me, I guess, how much I I think of the right here and the right now, and it's hard to trust the unseen because it's unseen.
Yeah.
But that's what faith is, right?
Yeah.
Trusting what we can't believe and see, or believing in what we can't see. And so,
Yeah. Seems like as if, they saw this thing that they didn't have, like knowledge, right? They saw it was desired to make one wise, is what it said. And so she took and ate, and then Adam ate. And why do you think it's a bad thing for us to have knowledge of good and evil?
I feel like we should have been prepped on this question before he just dropped it right now. Oh gosh,
why is it bad to have knowledge of good and evil?
Because I think when we initially read that, you're like, oh man, like, why shouldn't I be able to know all of these things? Like, why should I just be stuck in ignorance? Shouldn't I be privy to all of this information?
So it was the knowledge of good and evil, right? So I guess without reading or studying a whole lot, my initial response would be, this was pre-fall, right? So this was perfection, right? This was, God had designed this perfect place for us to commune with him. And if we knew evil, would it have been perfect?
And it takes away that innocence that we had. Like, we're not innocent anymore. Like, we know what we're doing, whether it's good or bad.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, we have no more innocence. Like, we're responsible for everything we do. We can't just be walking around naked anymore. Gotta wear a loincloth.
Thanks for that, though, by the way.
We know we're naked now. Like, that innocence is just totally stripped from us. But
I think we see it too, like we weren't meant to know all of these things. Like we live in like the information age, right? And it's like I know I've experienced it lately. It's just like I can't the information is moving so fast that it's like I can't like sift through this stuff. Like, this is just way too much for my mind to try to grasp onto. And I think what it leads to is this desire for control. Instead of, like you were saying, trusting God with the unseen, we try to control it because of we know too much.
Yeah.
We know way too much. And so we try to control it instead of trusting God with those things. Whereas before, in the garden, we wouldn't have seen it, so there would be no need to worry about it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they could have just like went to God and been like, God, I'm naked now. What do I do? But instead, they're like hiding and like taking it into their own hands.
And I love the image of this concerned father, like, where are you? Like, this is where we meet to go on our evening strolls. You're not here. Where are you? Yeah. And, this, like, he's this heartbroken, not in anger, but where are you?
He didn't, kick the door open and be like, where are you?
Yeah,
where? What did you do?
Get downstairs right now.
I know what you did,
Because he knew.
Oh, yeah.
He knew. He's, like, playing with us. Where are you? Yeah, I know where you are.
But,
I had one more question that was... like your question.
Yeah, and he forgets
it.
You
don't remember your question? You had a question.
I had a question.
That was pretty great, but about the gospel.
You don't want to know what my questions are.
Yeah, that's probably
Tell
true.
us your question.
Let the audience tell you.
Probably true.
I'm just going to be quiet over here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I was having a... hold on.
But, the curtain was torn in two, like, from top to bottom. That's what this is like. That's what we're going to go next week, in the next couple of weeks, I believe, of, the way that he made. And this was his initiation, that he ripped this ginormous curtain into so that we can have that presence again. And we can meet with him and just have that unity.
And that's so... oh, sorry.
Go.
Sorry.
Thank you.
That was so cool, like Chad was saying, like referencing that Genesis verse of like... the woman's offspring were going to have a battle with the snake, and like comparing that to Jesus and the devil and just evil, and that was really cool. Like, even from the beginning, the first book of the Bible, like
Jesus is there.
Jesus is there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's like the first like presentation of the gospel that we get in the Word. It's like right from the beginning, right from the fall, like God had a plan to redeem mankind. It's just amazing.
That is so crazy.
Great.
We're loved.
Yep. Right on. Any other thoughts on the sermon?
Negative brown squirrel.
Okay. I'm probably the albino squirrel, but anyway.
It flows
Right
better.
on. Well, thanks for having this conversation. This is great. Yeah. And thank you guys for joining us. And it's been a blast. If you have any questions, let us know. We'd love to keep this conversation going. And yeah, that's it. All right.
Pray for more snow.
Yeah, pray for more snow. That'd be
Stay
awesome.
safe.
That too.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out. Homies.